So, and God gave me this because I'm like, well, I don't know what I want to say because what you're giving me to say, it don't seem like it's no smoke there for people to kind of hold on to. What's going to get people to click? He said for a lot of your viewers, smoke season is over. He said for a lot of your viewers, smoke season is over. So they don't want to just hear no smoke. Sometimes they need to hear some substance. And so we're going to give some substance today because for a lot of y'all, like, here's the thing: the reason that the smoke season was so heavy is because you literally had people trying to fight you, and so so my content had to be directed in a way that you were having to defend yourself spiritually. And so I had a lot more content that's about defending yourself and how to fight during spiritual warfare. But here's the thing: for a lot of you guys, the actual spiritual warfare, where it's people getting together and attacking you, for a lot of you guys, some of that stuff's over. It may be remnants, but for a lot of you guys who really clicked on and stayed on over the last year or two, then you've gotten yourself to a space that either people realize, hey, they're too strong to fight, or I'm tired of doing it because I'm not having my results or whatever. But a lot of people had to hang it up. Now, it's some people that's never going to hang it up on you. They feel like they beef with you is going to be lifelong. And that's fine because your walk with God and your journey to be a better person, to be a good person, is lifelong as well. So it's like if you want to go life for life, we can go life for life. But let's see how far you get trying to be evil, nasty, cruel, mean to people. Let's just see how far you get. So what God said to me today, well, actually it was last night, was now we have to continue to prepare ourselves for the blessings after the war. There is an after. There is an after this. That's a song. Uh, I can't think of the name of the artist right now, but it's called After This. Like after this, how we gonna act when everybody is done and everybody got to sit down and look at the aftermath of the war. How we gonna act after the war? See, it's a lot of times. See, after somebody go to prison or after somebody spend time in war, they can't always just reacclimate to the environment. And that's what some of you are having a hard time with right now is how do I reacclimate to the environment after all the attacks, after all the hardship, after years of battle, after years of fighting? How do I reacclimate myself back into the world? How do I become a good citizen again? Because see, a lot of y'all during the fight, you had to stop talking to certain family members. You had to stop going certain places. You had to close down certain things that you was doing. Like some of you had to, some of you went on a complete life shutdown. What's up, Jewish? Good to see you, buddy. A complete life shutdown. And so now on the other side of the battle, and on the other side of the fight, you got to teach yourself again. This is a rehabilitation page. It's like when somebody had been using their legs for years. How do I use my legs again? How do I walk? How do I have that feeling back? And these are the conversations that we're having, and we're going to continue to have because these people did the unthinkable, and they never see if let. I hate to use gang terms or new age terms sometimes, but let's say somebody come and shoot up the whole block. They like the Big Boss Man Collective, my target. I'm gonna shoot up the whole block. I'm gonna shoot up the whole house. They come through when they lay your whole house down, tear you up. They see on the news. They hear on the news House over on 123 Bangkok Street shot up. Big Boss Man Collective subject inside in intensive care. They don't know if he's gonna be able to speak again. They don't know if he's gonna be able to walk again. They don't know. This is what the news saying. Okay, your enemy back home, like, ooh, they on the gram. They on the gram, like, yeah, we smoking on Big Boss Man Collective. We done laid them down. Ooh, they on the gram going crazy because they didn't expect, based on the reports of what happened to you, they didn't expect no rehabilitation. They thought where you was going, either you gonna be, their thought process was you gonna be a vegetable, meaning that you won't ever be able to have your full capacity of life, or you just gonna be not alive. But now what they realizing, the news came back on. Breaking news. We got reports back for Cedar Sinai Hospital. We got reports back. We thinking that the one that they did the drive by on, he took his first step. They looking at the news like, what? Man, no way. And so for some of y'all, while you was still in the hospital, while you was still injured, while you was still on your deathbed, these people try to swing the block and knock you off again. But the report's coming back. Subject still unscathed. Subject still learning how to walk again. Subject still learning how to talk again. Subject being reintroduced to his family. Subject coming out of a coma. Subject being reintroduced to his job. Subject being, and so now we talking about 5, 10, 15 years and past. 5 years past, and the news come back and say, we got a special report tonight. Y'all remember back in '02, we had that drive-by shooting that put a man in intensive care. Well, he's here right here on site today, talking about his new product, his new businesses, talking about how God saved him. And now he's back. He's one of the most influential people in the community. He's one of the most influential people in the country. He's number one at this, number one at that. Can you believe it? What a success. What a story. And your enemy like, your enemy like, they like, what is going on? But see, in order for you to be that success story, you had to take the words, you had to take the words of the doctor. When the doctor said, all right, Big Boss Man Collective, today we got to move your leg. You can't sit in the bed and say, all right, I'm gonna walk again. They tried to kill me. I might as well be dead. Nah, that ain't what you can say. What you had, what you had to say is, okay, doc, I'm gonna move that leg. I'm gonna stretch that leg. Okay, doc, you right. You right. I do need to get up. You right, doctor. I do need to. I do need to rehab myself. You're right. I do need to. And here's the thing: the biggest attack, and I'm not going to say that your enemy did this on purpose, but I'm going to tell you what it is and the effect that it has on you, or had, past tense. What the enemy wanted to do was attack your confidence and attack your trust. Okay, because if you don't trust anything, and if you don't have any confidence, you will not get anything done. I repeat, and for some of y'all, this is the whole word of the day. If you don't trust anything, and if you don't have any confidence, you will not get anything done. That was the hope. The hope was, let me tear your confidence away and let me tear your ability to do anything, so you'll be a vegetable. If you don't trust anything, you don't trust anybody, you'll be a vegetable. And all of the things that God is asking you to do will never get done, because see, here's the thing, the secret to the things that God asking you to do are right beyond the stage of trust. It's like right beyond trust. It's like right beyond it's behind that. And it took me 14 minutes to get to what I'm about to actually say. But there's a season change. And I've said this and I've heard it said a million times. If you cannot accept a season change, then you will be sick. If you can't accept the fact that it's turning from winter into spring, and you're gonna keep on wearing your winter coat, you in the summertime with ski suit on, ski pants, a parka, you're gonna have a heat stroke. Conversely, if you don't understand that we've switched from summer to winter, and you still in the wintertime with your shorts on and with your tank top on in this wintertime, you're gonna get cold. You're gonna get pneumonia. And what's happening with a lot of us is God has sent a season change over, but we're not changing our clothes. God say the season of hardship is over, but you still worried about the bank account. God says the season of loneliness is over, but you still not letting nobody in to take you on a date. God says the season of family doing things weird to you is over, but you still won't speak to the family members that you know had your best interest at heart in your spirit. And if you don't rehab after what these people have done to you, even though they're going to have their own set of karma, they're going to have their own repercussions, they've won. It's two parts of this battle. It's two parts of this battle. You supposed to become something too. Here are the seasons that are changing, and here are the things that you have to learn to trust in order to be successful on this next level. I'm gonna give you these, and we're gonna go. Number one, you're gonna have to learn how to trust situations again. I'm a scratch out situations and trust and say trust opportunities. During the rough season, you have learned and received a heightened sense of discernment. It's time for you to put that discernment to the test. When opportunities are presented to you, you try that by the same spirit that told you you were supposed to get away from certain people. You try that by the same lens that told you this job is over, and that whatever lens got sharpened in your rough season, you use that lens to say, hey, should I trust this opportunity? Do I see some similarities in the red flags? But see, if you close yourself off and say, I'll never trust a business opportunity again because of how that business partner did you, you won't ever fulfill your purpose that God has for you. But two, you got to start trusting blessings again. Blessings and opportunities could be the same thing, but I don't know why I got that right here. But take a blessing. I had people literally try to give me something and I say no. It's the craziest thing that we got to work with our mental health on. Why, when somebody trying to give me a gift or do something nice for me, instead of just receiving it and letting people do that, I say, no, I'm good. Because in another season, I've had to trust myself so much. I don't even want I don't even want to mess up my situation with your outside input. And here's the thing, that's cool if you want to stay where you are, but if you're going to go to the next level, you're going to have to trust the blessings that people give to you. Hope I'm helping somebody this morning. Another thing that you're going to have to trust is you're going to have to trust people again. The strongest soldiers have the most open heart. I know it hurts. But the strongest soldier is the person that says, I know that in battle last time this happened, but I'm willing to open it up again and go back into that. I'm trusting people again. And see, part of trusting people is trusting yourself. I know my limitations. Now, during the battle, I learned something about my limitations. I learned something about my strengths. I learned something about my weaknesses in the fight. Okay, so part of trusting people is, do I trust myself to be there? Do I trust myself in that situation? Do I trust myself? The strongest person, I'll use my mom as an example. She didn't have the best, uh, from my recollection, line of relationships. They ain't all go hunky dory, but nevertheless, she continued to find a way to open her heart until she found her husband. Find a way. And this time you won't make that same mistake. This time you're not gonna, when that, as soon as somebody say something that sounds similar, it's okay to say, no, I can't even rock with you. I can't even rock with you. That's okay. But you can't even get to that stage unless you open yourself up to meeting people again. And some of y'all still hold up in the house. I get it. I get it. I'm just telling you what you got to do in these next seasons. Because God is sending the blessings, but some of you are so tight that you can't even receive the changes. Facts. We rebuke the spirit of fear. God has not, man, one pastor said this so good. He said the scripture says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but that don't mean we didn't have it. So we got it from somewhere else. Eh, but somehow that scripture got misconstrued to say if you get scared, then you're not righteous. No, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but we still got the spirit of fear from somewhere. I mean, we don't got it. And I'm gonna put these last two together because I feel like they're one and the same. With what we got to start trusting. You got to start trusting God in the process again. Some of you believe God. I know it had some. Some of you believe God only because your back was against the wall and your arm was twisted. And when I was up against the wall and I had nowhere to turn, I knew it had to be a higher power. Somebody was pressed into believing God. But now we're going into trusting God. Yeah, I believe in you. I believe in a higher power. But now trusting you means that when I feel like you told me something, I'm a trust your word and act on it. And that's where we got to get to, some of us. Trust the process. This is a process. This is cyclical. You're not supposed to be in the same spot that you was in 6 months ago. You're not supposed to be in the same spot from 8, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, a year. Rehab is a process. All right, folks, we got up to 80 something clickers on here this morning. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the Cash App Big Boss Man Collective. We're gonna do some videos this week. We'll talk soon.